Welcome back to the channel where we mix things up, and today I'm going to be doing my 2021 mock draft simulator. So the playoffs have just started. The Bucks just beat the Heat. Chris Middleton game winner, which was an amazing game, but the draft is gonna always be interesting. This draft looks really good, and it's been hyped up for a lot of years. And with a lot of teams needing that franchise player, this can be really big for the future. So let's get right into it. You might not be seeing this in time, but on Sunday, the 23rd, I'm going to be doing a live stream at 12:30, live streaming the Lakers vs. Suns game. So if you want to be there, I don't know if it might be done already, but let's get right into it. And we first start off with the Houston Rockets. So at first I can say that I did not watch much college basketball. I watched March Madness, of course, but I've been really studying these players and know quite a bit about them now. So we first start off with the Houston Rockets. Now this is in trade NBA, and I like that they have team needs like point guard severe, the players on their team, even draft analysis. But I think this one's pretty easy. With the first pick, the Rockets selecting Cade Cunningham. Cade is, of course, the consensus number one overall pick. He is a good passer, is a 6'7" point guard. He can shoot. And yes, he does have some flaws. He has some turnover issues. He's not the best defensively, but still, I think he's going to be the number one pick. No doubt about it. And especially with this Rockets team needing that point guard, you have Kevin Porter Jr., Christian Wood. I think Cade would be a perfect fit. Now remember, this is not a lottery, so this is not going to be a specific order, but we're just doing it off the standings for now. Next up is the Detroit Pistons. Okay. I see a lot of people saying they would want Evan Mobley, but I don't know if you want to take a center this early. I know Mobley, he was really good in college, especially defensively, but he's kind of skinny, needs to put on some muscle, and he's kind of not the best shooter. But okay, it's either between Killian Hayes. They drafted him last year, and I do think he's really young and still has a lot of talent. But I think you are either gonna go Mobley, Suggs, or Green. I'm gonna say Suggs or Mobley. I've seen a lot of people say Mobley to just get that front court with Jeremy Grant, but I'm gonna go. Okay, I think guards are more important than centers. And unless it's like a big physical center like Joel Embiid, then I don't think you should take a center in like the top two, especially with someone like Jalen Suggs on the floor. So I'm going to take Jalen Suggs, though I wouldn't be surprised if they take Mobley. Okay, next the Detroit Pistons. I didn't draft it, okay. Detroit Pistons. Okay, the Orlando Magic are up next. Okay, they don't need Evan Mobley because they have Mo Bamba and Wendell Carter Jr., but yeah, okay, not a center, so no Evan Mobley. I guess he's gonna fall a little bit. Jalen Green, I'm gonna take Jalen Green here because he was the top prospect heading to the season, but he's probably the best scorer in this draft. Yes, he can improve his jump shot a little bit, but when he's on fire, he's on fire. He's super athletic. Just came from the G League Ignite, averaging like 19 points a game, 20 points a game. He has good size, 6'6", and is probably the most athletic player in this draft. And I like it for the Orlando Magic, who Kuminga's the fifth player. Evan Mobley, they don't need him. Okay, and then the Cleveland Cavaliers, they get their guy, Evan Mobley. They need basically a center, and I think the Mobley-Allen frontcourt, I think that might work. I mean, you don't need, Kuminga is a really good fit. Okay, if it was 2K, Mobley and Allen could work. But this is real life. This one is a tough one. So, thinking it for a bit, I'm still going to have them take Evan Mobley because there's just so much talent in Mobley, and no one has basically tried a two big man lineup. But with Mobley being able to shoot a little bit, and he has a smooth jump shot, I think it will work, but it's definitely a risky pick, but I think this Cavs team needs a bang. So yeah, I'm going to take Evan Mobley. Next, the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're going to take the fifth best player, Jonathan Kuminga. He is like I said, the consensus 5th overall pick. He is a really good two-way player. His jump shot, like Jalen Green, needs a bit of improvement, but he's super athletic, and I think that he can be a really good player. And I think would be pretty good as a power forward with like Poku, or maybe even run the 3 alongside Poku or Darius Bazley. So that's a top 5. Now, the 6th pick is interesting because there's the top 5 players, and then there's not too much. There's it's gonna be unknown who's gonna go from 6 to like 10. And with the Warriors here, they just lost to the Grizzlies like yesterday, and I think they okay. You rather okay. Probably you don't need Keon Johnson. Maybe you go for Jalen Johnson for the upside. But personally, I mean, personally, I'm gonna go with Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes is basically the Draymond Green of the class, prime Draymond, because I think learning behind Draymond can be really big. He can defend, he can shoot, he can rebound, he could pass, and I think he has some really good size and could really help this team out. Now, maybe you need a ball handler, you take Keon Johnson. Maybe, I'm not sure. I mean, there was something about him, like, not committing. I'm not sure about that. Or maybe you take Davion Mitchell, who is a bit older. Let's see his profile. Let's see. Oh, yeah, he's 21. Oh, okay, I should have seen this. But, I mean, maybe you go Davion Mitchell. I mean, of course, he was super good at Baylor. 14 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, one of the best defenders. Okay, it's either between Scotty Barnes or Davion Mitchell. Let's think. So, I guess they don't need a point guard, and he's 6'2", so maybe you don't want to draft a bench guy. But Scotty Barnes probably will not start too. So this is probably the bulk of their bench. Maybe you can get Jalen Johnson. Let's see what he got. So, two-way combo forward. I know he has a lot of potential, and he hasn't proven he can capitalize it perfectly. But okay, Davion Mitchell or Scotty Barnes. I'm personally gonna go Scotty Barnes. I think he's a really good fit, gonna fit that defensive identity, and I think he's gonna be really good. Next up, the Toronto Raptors. Okay, let's think about it. So this Raptors team, they of course had a really down season. Kyle Lowry's a free agent. Maybe they go for a Keon Johnson. Maybe they go for Jalen Johnson or even Davion Mitchell. So I think this team needs somebody young. And I think that the guy with the most potential is Jalen Johnson. And with them having the small forward, the small forward's okay. It needs a small forward, I guess. Oh, I mean, they have OG. But, okay. But I think you gotta take Jalen Johnson for the upside. And I think that they can really get the best out of him, and I like that pick. Next, the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, the Pelicans need a shooter, and it's either between Davion Mitchell or Corey Kispert, Corey Kispert is the best shooter in the draft, but Davion Mitchell is also really good. Now, I don't know if you want to spend the 8th pick on Corey Kispert because he's like 22 already, which you don't really want to see, but Davion Mitchell. Okay, it all matters, are they willing to bring back Lonzo? They already have enough guards, though, in Kira Lewis, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, even Eric Bledsoe on the roster. So, this one's tough to say. I mean, Keon Johnson looks pretty good. Two-way wing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take Keon Johnson for this one. I think he's a pretty good shooter, and with that, I think he could be a really good fit alongside Zion and B.I. Next, we have the Sacramento Kings. Now, the Kings need, they need a power forward. Oh yeah, the guards are fine with Halliburton, Buddy, Fox. Small forward, maybe they can get a new one. Davion Mitchell, no. Franz Wagner, brother of Mo Wagner, I don't think so. Kispert, Isaiah Jackson, maybe? Josh Giddey. Oh yeah, he's the European guy who looks really solid, but there's not much about him. Let's see, Usman Garuba, no, they don't need him. Cam Thomas, Kai Jones, Sharif Cooper, James Bouknight. Okay, so I think it's between Franz Wagner or Kispert. Maybe they need shooting. Their defense is awful. Corey Kispert's defense is not too good. So, Davion Mitchell's the best defender in the draft, though. Okay, I'm gonna go with Franz Wagner because you need a wing. I mean, maybe Isaiah Jackson, can he defend? Rim protecting, vertical spacing center. I don't think his upside's too much. I think he's gonna be a solid player. I mean, he's 18 only. Okay, I'm gonna go for Franz Wagner because let's see what he's. Okay, there's not much about him, I guess. I mean, there's no description, but I think he would be. I know he's a good shooter, and I think that's what they need. Next, the Orlando Magic. So they drafted Jalen Green already. I think I don't think they need Davion Mitchell, so he's gonna slide. Isaiah Jackson maybe. Okay, I think they go for Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey is the European prospect. I think he was a teammate with LaMelo Ball, but you have to get upside, and I think that Josh Giddey has a lot of upside definitely. And I think if he can boom, amazing. If he bust, well, at least this is like a backup plan from the Vucevic trade. And I think Jalen Green's gonna be really good. So Josh Giddey, I like it. Next, at 12th pick, the Charlotte Hornets. I think this is an easy pick. They select Davion Mitchell from Baylor. He is the best defender in the draft, can shoot. And yes, they probably don't need a ball handler, but I think he can be really good alongside LaMelo Ball because of his shooting, his just defense, his I mean, maybe, yeah, I think Davion Mitchell is a pretty good fit for them. Next, we have the 12th pick, the San Antonio Spurs. Okay, they need upside. So with basically all of these guys being free agents, that's kind of scary. But maybe you go Isaiah Jackson, try to be him the next Tim Duncan, which it probably won't happen. Or maybe not Kisberg. I don't know who this guy is. Alperen Sengun. Okay, I've never heard of him before. So I think I'm going to go Isaiah Jackson because he's only 18. And under Pop, I think he can grow a lot. And maybe he can see some Tim Duncan in him. I don't know much about Isaiah Jackson. I didn't see him play in March Madness. I didn't watch, I guess he plays in Kentucky. I didn't really watch that part. I watched more of the later ends, like the Jalen Suggs game winner. But I think I like the Isaiah Jackson pick. Next, we have the Golden State Warriors. Alright, so they drafted... I think they drafted Scotty Barnes? Oh, wait, no. No, this is the Pacers. Next pick is the Golden State Warriors. So the Pacers... I mean, maybe you go Kisberg just to get some more shooting off the bench. I think they need talent. Usman Garuba, I don't think so. Sharif Cooper, maybe James Bouknight. Yeah, I think I like James Bouknight as just a scorer off the bench and can really help for it. Like in that play-in tournament, they kind of struggled to score, and I think James Bouknight can be pretty good at that. And then finally, the last pick, the Golden State Warriors. I'm going to have them select Corey Kispert, a shooter, not the best defender, but just having the shooting can be really useful. Like when you're passing it to Kent Bazemore or Kelly Oubre, it's not going to go well, but I think Kispert can be a really good fit. So that's going to be my mock draft of the lottery. This is the official 1.0. After the playoffs, I'm probably going to make another one. So we have Cade 1, Suggs 2, Green 3, Evan Mobley 4, Kuminga 5, 6 Scotty Barnes, 7 Jalen Johnson, 8 Keon Johnson, 9 Franz Wagner, 10 Josh Giddey, 11 Davion Mitchell, 12 Isaiah Jackson, 13 James Bouknight, and Corey Kispert at the end of the lottery. So comment down below what you would change. Remember, I'm no draft expert. I watched just a bit of college basketball, but I did study them a bit. And so comment what your favorite team, what player you want them to draft. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you on next time.